Understanding that and knowing that your actions caused someone's life to be taken, do you think you deserve parole after serving only 3 years and 9 months?
That's the question a parole board member asked a man convicted in the death of a sheriff's deputy, why the board decided to deny his parole.
A family of 4 is dead after a fire ripped through their western Kentucky home. Tonight, we'll have the very latest on the investigation.
How con men lured this timeshare owner into a scam that cost him both time and money. That story coming up.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. He says he takes full responsibility for what happened. Tonight, we have learned a man convicted in the death of a Pike County deputy will not be released from prison anytime soon.
David Wayne Childers crashed his car into James Thacker's cruiser while intoxicated 3 years ago. Childers pled guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Today, a parole board decided to deny his parole. Our Hillary Thornton explains why in our top story at 5:30.
Through the video conference, David Childers explained why he is serving time for second-degree manslaughter.
I had to use Locaine, and it was in my system, and I had to use a prescription drug called oxycodone.
Driving under the influence, slamming into the cruiser of Pike County Deputy James Thacker, killing Thacker, a man we have learned Childers knew, a man who helped Childers get a job when he previously got out of jail.
James was the type of person that he would give anybody a second chance.
Mr. Childers, you are serving a 20-year sentence due to your reckless behavior that took someone's life. Understanding that and knowing that your actions caused someone's life to be taken, do you think you deserve parole after serving only 3 years and 9 months?
A question Childers lowered his head to and struggled with before stating his answer.
I guess I probably don't. To answer your question, probably don't.
The parole board members agreed with Childers, denying him parole at this time.
Good luck to you, Mr. Childers.
Thacker's widow was unable to be at Wednesday morning's hearing in Frankfort. She does say she is thankful for the decision made.
I don't feel like that he's had enough time to make a change in his life, number one. I really worried that if he was to get back on the road.
Childers is eligible for another parole hearing in 2 years. In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Thacker's widow says while she is relieved, she also feels sad for Childers' family. She says she knows them personally and knows they have also been through a lot.
We have new information about a fire in western Kentucky that killed 4 people. State police now call the deaths a homicide. It happened last night at a home on 121 South in Callaway County, just outside Murray. Police say they found the bodies of 2 adults and 2 children inside the home. WKYT's Jennifer Palumbo is at the live desk with the new information. Jennifer?
Amber, state police say they believe someone deliberately set the house on fire, killing a recently married couple and 2 children, a 5-year-old boy and an 18-month-old girl. State police say troopers went to the Callaway County home last night after reports of a suspicious fire with a dead woman inside. As firefighters worked to put out the fire, they found 3 more bodies inside the home.
Our investigators, our detectives, and troopers are currently conducting interviews with some different individuals, and we're just trying to develop some leads on this case. We brought in one of our Leica scanners. It's a 3D imaging software, and we're just using that to help process the crime scene.
We've learned that firefighters found 24-year-old Marisol Hernandez with what appeared to be a gunshot wound. The other adult found dead is identified as her husband, Bolmaro Ariano. So far, no arrests have been made. At the live desk, Jennifer Palumbo, WKYT.
Jennifer, thank you. Autopsies for the 4 victims are scheduled for tomorrow in Frankfort. The warm fall air is moving out and some cooler temperatures are moving in. We are tracking rain and wind moving across the state.
And that will bring a big drop in temperatures. Big drop. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. is shivering over there already.
Yeah, that comes this weekend. Though short term, it's all about the wind and the rain throughout central and eastern Kentucky. And that's what we're focusing on right now with a lot of those temperatures around 60. Notice our sky in Lexington breaking up just a little bit, but there's another round of some heavier rains coming on into town, really coming down here in Jackson. Wet roads across the Frankfort area as well. Yeah, breaking news. Rain is wet. We get into eastern Kentucky. Heavy rains here into the Moorhead area, down toward the Mountain Parkway corridor. Hal Rogers Parkway getting in on a lot of the heavier bursts of rain as well. And that big wind maker this morning producing gusts greater than 50 miles an hour into parts of southeastern Kentucky. Notice how the rains lighten up a little bit farther north that we get into the Bluegrass region. But across the downtown Lexington area now, just a few sprinkles that continue to show up into central and eastern Kentucky. As we look ahead, heavy rains and wind tapering off. First flakes of the season, a possibility as we go into your Saturday as we track that big blast of cold air. But I come back here in about 10 minutes, guys.
A mother and son charged in connection to a man's death faced a judge this morning. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Madison County. Adrian Collins is charged with the man's death with the murder of Ronnie Kelly. His mother, Melissa Collins, is charged with tampering with physical evidence. Police say she tried to hide the gun that her son used to kill Kelly earlier this month. During today's hearing, police say Melissa Collins told them she moved the gun to get away from her son.
She removed the gun because her son Adrian had threatened suicide.
The victim's family tells us he had been living in the apartment with the Collins but was planning to move out. The Collins case will now go to a grand jury. In Breathitt County, a wanted man is behind bars after escaping from a courtroom. Deputies arrested Brian Smith in Lexington about a week after he took off from the Breathitt County Courthouse. Deputies were in the process of serving an arrest warrant when they say he ran from them. He's now charged with escape and wanton endangerment after police say he nearly hit an officer with his car when he was trying to get away. And in Pike County, after the recent attacks in Paris, security officials at the Eastern Kentucky Exposition Center are increasing their safety. Expo leaders are asking anyone attending the CMT on Tour concert to arrive by 6:30 tomorrow night. Security guards will be at every door checking bags. Organizers say they just want everyone to feel safe so they can enjoy that concert.
We want people to keep umbrellas out. We want people to keep bigger cameras out. They can use their cell phones. Just the basic things that don't need to be here. I mean, you don't want to bring an umbrella in or anything that's just too big to carry in. Just don't bring it. Leave it at home.
Organizers have hired more than 20 extra security guards for tomorrow's concert. It seemed like the perfect match, a couple looking to sell off some unused weeks in their timeshare and a potential buyer looking to buy some time. The offer turned out to be part of a $10 million scam, luring in thousands of victims.
The guy that I was talking with seemed honest.
Jack Bowerman and his wife owned 2 timeshares, but due to medical issues, they were not able to use all the time available. So when Jack got a call offering to sell his unused time, he was thrilled initially.
In order for him to make the deal, he said that I would have to pay an upfront fee. It was like $750.
At first, Jack hesitated, but the caller insisted time was of the essence.
They pressured me into it by saying, you know, we got to do it now because these are a big group coming in from Europe and they're definitely looking for the best facilities.
Weeks after signing the deal, Jack called to follow up and got no response.
There's so many scams going on now that you don't, and some of these people call and make it sound, you know, so legit.
Jack and at least 5,000 other people were victims of the telemarketing scheme. Investigators say that Fabian Fleifel and co-conspirators ran a $10 million scheme luring in timeshare owners across the country. High-pressure tactics are key to their success.
Do it now. I've got people in the waiting. If you don't want to take it now, somebody else is going to take your deal.
Some advice from postal inspectors: do a little research if you want to sell or rent your timeshare.
Contact the resort owner to find out exactly what needs to be done to sell your timeshare. They'll be able to guide you properly and to the right people.
You can't trust people over the phone and what they say because you can't see them eye to eye. You don't really know who you're really talking to.
The suspect was convicted on 1 count of conspiracy to commit mail fraud, wire fraud, and bank fraud, along with mail fraud telemarketing charges.
It is almost time. Many families are already making their Thanksgiving shopping list, and that means grocery stores in the area are preparing for the big crowds next week.
Kroger announcing today it has a large selection of fresh and frozen turkeys ready for the holiday. Although an outbreak of avian flu earlier this week caused some supply issues, store managers say there have not been any new reports since June. The store says it does not anticipate running out of turkeys during the next week. Store managers also want to remind people to thaw their turkeys in the refrigerator and not at room temperature. They recommend moving a large turkey from the freezer to the refrigerator about 3 or 4 days before actually cooking it. Students at EKU helping fellow classmates this holiday season. Students are collecting canned goods and other non-perishable items. The donations will go to the Colonel's Cupboard. The program helps students who do not have enough food. Organizers say sometimes college students are overlooked when it comes to making sure that they have enough to eat.
Is that people kind of think college students, have what they need, but they generally don't. We've done studies about 1 in 5 are in need of food, and we think that's important. And we think it's important to meet all needs of our students, not just academic needs.
So if you'd like to help out, you can drop off non-perishable items at the Burnham House on Lancaster Avenue in Richmond.